Okay, good afternoon. Okay, so in this lovely and hot day, yeah, okay. So we are meeting again in this room. Okay, I hope that everyone is doing good, yeah. Okay, I see Angel, Lintang, Tita, Agnes, okay, Devi, right, Pram, and then Ayu, okay, Bella, Air, right, Gading, Audrey, yeah, Erika, Ida, yeah, hello, Kevina, and some other friends, Dita, Kegali, thank you so much for inviting me, Ratna, Vita, Regina, Gisela Puspandaru, second Giselle, yeah, Gisela Linda, first Giselle, all right, Erlin, welcome, Lulu with K and Lulu without K, yeah, and many friends. I couldn't mention you one by one, but hopefully, so you have joined and you are ready for today's class. Okay, there are 33 participants in this room, including me. So there must be other students will come soon. Yeah, please invite the other friends that haven't joined this meeting. Have you confirmed your attendance? Sudah presensi semua, teman-teman?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it opens at 1:50 up to 2 p.m. Yeah. Okay, so for the next classes, so it will be the same. Yeah. Yeah. As I thought that you had classes. Saya kira teman-teman punya kelas jam 12.20 sampai jam 2, makanya saya buatnya jam 2 sampai jam 2.10. Nah, tidak. Ya. Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank you for submitting your exercise. Yeah. Okay. So later we are going to discuss skill 6 and skill 7. Yeah. So these two skills, yeah, for me personally, this is the most challenging one than the other skills. Yeah. So this is about implied questions. Yeah. Please prepare your answer. Silakan teman-teman persiapkan jawabannya. Ya, so let us have rich discussion today. Yuk kita diskusi bersama-sama hari ini. Oke, allow me to share my screen. Oke. Yeah, we are on the middle of the reading comprehension skills. Yeah, there might be around 12 skills that we will see later. And now we are in skill 6 and 7 after this. Okay, where's skill? Oh, so this is last week discussion, and this is vocabulary question. Oh, this is for next week, yeah. Vocabulary question. Yeah, skill 6, this one. Yeah. So skill 6 and 7. So this is under the theme of indirectly answered questions. Yeah, indirectly answered question. So in reading comprehension, yeah, we have two types of questions. The first is directly answer questions, ya, pertanyaan yang jawabannya langsung bisa dijawab, by looking at the text, ya. Yang kemarin itu directly answer questions, stated detail and unstated details. Ya, stated details means that you can find the answers in the text. Ya, unstated details, ya, you cannot find the answers, but you can find the other clues in the text. Jadi teman-teman bisa menemukan clue-nya itu di teks, namun jawabannya itu yang tidak ada di teks. Nah, oke, kalau kemarin itu contohnya mana yang salah dari pilihan ini. Nah, berarti 3 jawaban lainnya itu ada di teks, yang satu tidak ada. Oke, so that's the directly insert questions. Ya. Nah, hari ini kita akan coba melihat indirectly answered questions. Ya, jadi pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang jawabannya tidak secara eksplisit disebutkan di teks. Oke, but we need to draw conclusion. Kita perlu menarik kesimpulan, merangkum informasi dari sepenggal kalimat atau beberapa kalimat dari bacaan. Oke, let us see, yuk kita lihat sama-sama. The informations in this type of questions, let's jump into skill 6. Skill 6 itu answered implied detailed questions. Ya, implied detailed questions. Ya, implied. Apa artinya implied? Implikasi. Ya. So, ada kalimat ini mengimplikasikan apa? Oke. Kalimat ini maksudnya apa? Nah, oke. Jadi bukan kalimat yang perlu kita lengkapi. Ya, bukan, tapi kita mencari maksud dari kalimat ini. Begitu. Nah, this is the examples of the Nah, questions of this type, ya, pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang memerlukan makna lain, implied meaning, usually contains the word implied, inferred, likely, or probably. Ya, jadi tipe-tipe pertanyaan yang implied detailed question ini biasanya mengandung unsur ini dalam pertanyaannya, reading comprehension questions-nya. Oke, to let you know that the answers to this question is not directly stated. Ya, kalau teman-teman menemukan keywords ini, kata kunci ini dalam pertanyaan di reading text, di reading comprehension, reading section, nah ini pasti mengindikasikan bahwa yang ditanyakan itu tidak secara langsung disebutkan di teks. Ya, it's not directly stated. Ya, in this type of question, ya, it is important to understand that you do not have to pull the answer out of this air. Ya, oke, apa artinya ini? Ya, pull the answer out of thin air. Oke. Nah, di kalimat selanjutnya kita bisa pahami nanti. Okay, instead, some informations will be given in the passage. Ya, jadi kita tidak perlu mengira-ngira atau menerka-nerka maksud dari kalimat ini di luar konteks bacaan. Oke, tenang saja. Nah, karena the clue, the informations ya about the answers is given in the passage, and you will draw a conclusion from from that information. Ya, jadi teman-teman akan menarik kesimpulan dari sepenggal informasi. Ya, look at the examples. Oke, jangan lihat bacaannya dulu. Lihat pertanyaannya dulu. Ditanyakan apa? Oke, which of the following is probably not a Hawaiian word? Oke, nah kita diminta untuk mencari tahu, ya, mana dari 4 ini yang bukan merupakan bahasa kata dalam bahasa Hawaii. Oke, ya, there are 4 options, ada 4 pilihan. Oke, di sini sudah tahu ya jawabannya C, di garis bawahnya, tapi kita lihat. Oke, Can you see apakah keempat kata ini disebutkan di teks secara langsung? Can you find the words? Teman-teman menemukan katanya? 4 kata di pilihannya? No. Ya. You cannot find these 4 words. Jadi 4 kata ini tidak ada di teks. So, we need to draw conclusion. Kita perlu merangkum informasi, menarik kesimpulan. Oke. Ya, kita baca. Right. Oke. Ya, ini masih jumlah kata. Oke, same ya, 5 vowels, 4 huruf vokal. Ya. Nah, this one, the underline yang digaris bawahi, there is an information. Ada sebuah informasi bahwa two consonants never appears together. Oke, dalam bahasa Hawaii, two consonants never appears together. Jadi tidak pernah muncul bergandengan dua konsonan. Ya, berarti selain A, I, U, E, O. Oke. Nah, so vowel have a much higher frequency. Oke, jadi lebih banyak huruf vokalnya. Oke. Coba kita lihat. Nah, tadi ada informasi bahwa dua konsonan tidak bisa bergandengan. Opsi A, mahalo. Oke. This one, consonant, vokal, consonant, vokal, consonant, vokal. Oke, this one. Ya, consonant, vokal, and the same. But this one, C, nah, this one. K and L, make clear. So this is consonant and consonant. Alright. So according to the text, ya, yang menyatakan bahwa two consonant never appears together, it doesn't apply to C, ya. Oke, kalau D itu, oke, two vowels, dua huruf vokal bergandengan. It's okay. It does the text doesn't mention about vowels. Jadi tidak disebutkan bahwa dua huruf vokal tidak boleh. Yang tidak boleh hanya konsonan. So this one, the best answer for this question is C. Ya, karena ini ada dua konsonan yang bergandengan. Nah, so this is an example of implied questions. Ya, let us see the chart. Ya, how to answer this type of questions. Ya, this type of questions. Jadi pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang meminta kita untuk melihat maksud atau makna dari sepenggal informasi biasanya mengandung keywords. This one, it is implied, ya. Remember, implied. It can be inferred. It is most likely that. Okay. And what probably happened. Ya, biasanya ada keywords ini, teman-teman. Nah, if you find such questions, menemukan pertanyaan yang mengandung keyword ini, oke, teman-teman langsung bisa connect. Oh, ini menanyakan tentang implied questions. Ya, pasti seperti itu. Oke. Lalu how to answer? Bagaimana menjawabnya? Oke, so this the answers to these questions are generally found in order in the passage. Nah, this is the keyword lagi. In order, ya. Oke, in order. Jadi jawaban dari pertanyaan itu ditemukan berurutan di dalam teks. Oke. Berurutan maksudnya misalkan question number 1 about main idea. Ya. Oke, main idea. Main idea usually we can find it the answer in the first paragraph. First line, ya. For example seperti itu. Question number 2, ya, about implied questions. Nah, biasanya nanti itu jawabannya ada di bawahnya. Oke, atau setelahnya. Oke. Nah, because the reading questions in the TOEFL is designed in order. Ya, jadi pertanyaan itu sudah urut. menelaah teks dari atas sampai bawah. Begitu teman-teman. Nah, ya, choose keywords in the questions. Ya, cari keywords-nya dalam pertanyaan. Oke. Scan the passage for keywords, ya, or related ideas. Jadi teman-teman memang harus membaca detail, ya, harus membaca detail dan mencari keywords atau informasi yang relevan dengan pertanyaan dan opsinya. Oke, and then carefully read the sentence that contains the keyword. Dibaca dengan cermat. And then look at the answers that could be true according to the sentence. Yeah. So you need to look at the questions, find the keywords in the text, keywords in the questions, find the keywords in the text, read the sentence, and look at the answers. Kira-kira jawaban yang relevan, yang sesuai dengan implied meaning-nya itu yang mana? Oke. Ya, mungkin tidak mudah jika dibahas secara teori, namun kalau kita mencoba latihan mungkin akan lebih mudah nantinya. Wow, kita langsung diberikan 3 paragraf ini. Oke, let us jump into the exercise. Coba kita jump ke exercise. Okay, so passage 1, question 1 up to 2, ya. So this is about Eskimos. Okay. Question number 1, yeah, it is implied in the passage that if a kayak has 2 holes, then, okay, apa yang terjadi jika sebuah kayak memiliki 2 lubang? Then, okay, find the keywords, ya. Cari kata kuncinya. A kayak has 2 holes. Okay, satu kayak, 2 holes. Di mana kita bisa menemukan keyword itu?
Line
Which
6
line?
and 6, sir.
Line, okay. Okay, 5 and 6. Yeah, this one, ya. Okay. Yeah. Because the deck of the kayak. This one. Okay. Yeah. So line 5 and 6. Okay. Yeah. So we got the lines, yeah, that contains the information, and then we should look at the answers. Okay, jawaban yang relevan. Okay. So A, it accommodates 2 riders. B, it is less stable than kayak with 1 hole, or this one, it is as large as an Yumiak, and then the last, it cannot be used on the ocean. Apa yang bisa kita simpulkan dari ini, line 5 and 6 tentang 2 lubang pada kayak?
A.
A. Okay. Okay, alright. So this one, yeah. Okay, or rider or riders. Okay. So according to your answers, for number 1 is A. Yeah, that's true, yeah. Okay, so it can accommodate 2 riders. Yeah, if a kayak has 2 holes. Ya. Nah, dari informasi ini. Oke. Ya. So one opening in the deck for 1 rider. Okay. However, some kayaks are made for 2, untuk 2 orang. Ya. Nah, jadi ada 2 lubang, 2 holes, it can be for 2 riders. Excellent. Number 2, it can be inferred from the passage that an example of animals mentioned might be example of the animals mentioned might be kira-kira apa nih contoh hewan yang disebutkan? Where can we find the keyword? Keywordnya apa? Animals ya. Okay, where can you find the word animals?
Last line, sir.
In the last line.
Larger animals.
Okay, last line. Larger animals that are too big to be haunted in a kayak. Okay, this one. Yeah, this is the keyword. Yeah, the sentence that contains the keyword. So from this information, kira-kira teman-teman bisa menyimpulkan apa itu animal yang disebutkan kira-kira? Oke, kira-kira apa nih animalnya nih? Kangaroo, snake, whale, or salmon?
Whale, sir.
Whale, yeah, it is whale. Thank you, Gali. Yeah, so we can see this one, hunting larger animals that are too big, ya, terlalu besar to be haunted in a kayak. Ya, kita bisa bayangkan yang sangat besar, oke, dari bentuk kendaraannya. Oke, so a whale, ya, kangaroo, snake, no, it's not snake, kangaroo. I don't know. In Eskimo, is there any kangaroo? Maybe ya, mungkin ada kangaroo di sana ya, mungkin. Saya juga tidak tahu. Oke, salmon, ya, it can be whale or salmon, but the big one is whale. Okay, thank you. Let's move on. So question number 3 up to number 5. Oh, this is 2 paragraphs. Yeah, it's getting shorter. Yeah. Okay, so this is about 2 types of trees. Yeah, about types of trees. Okay. Question number 3. It is implied in the passage that. Okay. Okay, you need to carefully read each information. Teman-teman harus membaca setiap informasi dari teks ini kalau menemukan seperti ini. There is no clue here. Okay. All right. So, anybody has the answers? Mungkin ada teman-teman yang sudah menjawab atau punya jawaban. Silakan. Nanti kita analisa bersama. Ayo, number 3. Jawaban teman-teman apa?
My answer is C, sir.
Oke, Devi answer is C. Oke, let me keep ya. Saya simpan dulu jawabannya. Any others? 3 jawaban ya. Yuk, 3 jawaban. 1 sudah Devi tadi. Any others? Who answers A? Siapa yang menjawab A? B? Or D maybe?
My answer is A, sir.
Oke, Angel A. Oke, 2 ya, 2 jawaban. Oke, how about the other friends? Yuk, satu lagi. B or D? Siapa yang menjawab B or D? Ya, nanti yang jawab A and C, please tell us the evidence ya. Nanti coba beritahu kami buktinya di mana. Keywords-nya itu di set line berapa gitu ya. Oke, let's keep to answer. Kita simpan 2 jawaban dulu. Oke, Devi tadi menjawab C ya. Oke, it can be implied that the leaves of both types of trees in the passage turn brown in the winter. Okay. Yeah. So where can you find the information of this, Devi?
I think the answer dari ini line 2 sir, yang both evergreen conifers. Jadi keduanya itu sejenis conifers gitu.
Oke.
Jadi I
Aha.
think is C.
Oke, both evergreen conifers di California ini and this one. Oke. Mhm. Oke, let me keep ya. Saya simpan dulu. Oke, Angel, you said A ya. Okay, where can we find the information? Oke, iya. Nah, if we look at the answers, kalau kita melihat jawabannya ini, nah ini meminta kita untuk mencari tahu, ya, apakah daunnya itu berubah jadi coklat atau tidak, begitu kan? Itu informasi yang perlu kita temukan, ya. Kita bisa melihat karakteristik dari opsinya ini, teman-teman. Oke, nah semuanya ini mengarah pada perubahan warna. Oke, yang A, turn brown. Ini juga turn brown. Turn brown. Ini juga turn brown. Nah, we need to prove. Kita perlu mencari tahu apakah informasinya itu bisa kita temukan di sini. Apakah dua-duanya berubah jadi coklat in the winter, atau salah satunya saja, atau dua-duanya malah nggak berubah jadi coklat in the winter. Nah, that's the things that we need to find. Oke, coba kita cermati bersama-sama. Oke, bacaan ini. Ya, two types of trees from the same family of trees. This one of the most impressive of the trees. Oke, tidak ada informasi di sini ya tentang warna. Oke, both evergreen conifers, dua-duanya ya, California redwood and the giant cicola, okay, are found growing natively only in the state of California. Oke, belum ada informasi ya. So the California redwood found along the northern coast of the state, okay, while the giant blah blah blah, okay, at the higher elevations along the western slope and the Sierra Nevadas. Okay. No information yet. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. The California redwood is the tallest living trees in the fact the tallest living trees on the face of the earth. Okay, the height of this. Okay, tingginya, beratnya. Okay, yeah, no information about the color ya. Okay, yeah. So this one. Oke, tadi yang Devi ucapkan adalah ini. Ya, what is this? Oke, I got the information. Ya, both evergreen conifers. Ya, this is the keyword. Oke, what is this word means? Apa artinya ini, teman-teman? Ya, oke, berarti mereka akan tetap berwarna hijau, begitu kan? Ya, oke, evergreen, mereka tidak berubah warna. Both evergreen conifers. Nah, ternyata kita bisa dapat informasi di sini, colors, green, ever. Ya, mana opsi yang menunjukkan bahwa mereka akan tetap selalu hijau? Opsi yang mana? Dua-duanya loh ya, kan tetap selalu hijau.
Yang D, sir.
Oke, ini yang D, that's right. The leaves of neither, ya, neither bukan ini dan itu, ya. Berubah jadi hijau. Tadi kan dengan kata lain, dua-duanya akan tetap hijau. Neither, ya, negatif. Ya, good analysis, ya, Devi tadi. Can be inferred from the passage that Sierra Nevadas are, okay, find the keyword, Sierra Nevadas, this one. Oke, opsinya adalah giant redwood, coastal community, group of lakes, or mountain range. Nah, apa itu Sierra Nevada? Anyone knows? This is the keyword, ya.
D, sir.
Higher elevations.
D, sir.
Oh, sorry, disconnection, ya. Okay, let me reshare my screen. Okay, so let us continue with number 3 and number 4. So we need to find information about Sierra Nevadas. So what is Sierra Nevada? Okay, that's the question. Apa itu Sierra Nevadas? Okay, we can find the keywords here. Ya, ini katanya. So we can track back. Lihat lagi. It is found in land at higher elevations. Nah, jadi ini keywordnya, higher elevations. So from this information, we can know that Sierra Nevada is a giant redwood, or coastal community, group of lakes, or mountain range. What do you think?
Mountain range.
Mountain range, ya. So higher elevations, okay. Jadi dataran yang lebih tinggi. So we can infer that this is a mountain range or hills, ya. Okay. D. And for number 5, so which of the following is implied in the passage? Okay, again, which of the following is implied in the passage? Yang diimplikasikan dalam bacaan. Oke, kita lihat karakteristik pilihannya yuk. Oke, the giant Sekila, okay, is taller. Okay, ya. Ini tentang it's about the height, ya, tingginya. So the California redwood is not as big. Oke, ukurannya. Oke, the California redwood weighs more than, beratnya. Oke, other living things are larger than the giant Sekila. Oke, so from this options, we know that we can find it in the second paragraph. Ya, kita bisa temukan di paragraf kedua yang ini. Oke. So, what's your answer? Jawaban teman-teman apa kira-kira? Oke, the giant Sekila is taller than California redwood. Apakah giant Sekila lebih tinggi daripada California redwood? What do you think? Yeah, this one. California redwood is the tallest. Oke, ini the tallest living trees. Berarti tidak mungkin opsi A, giant Sekila itu lebih tinggi. Oke, cross, yang A di cross. Oke, yang B, the California redwood is not as big around as the giant Sekila. The California redwood is not as big around as the giant Sekila. Tidak sebesar, tinggi iya, tapi tidak sebesar Giant Sekila. Berarti Giant Sekila itu lebih Sequoia itu lebih besar. Oke, apakah benar? Oke. Alright, this one. Okay, so this one. Okay, nonetheless, the largest and the most massive of living things. Giant Secula have been measured at more than around the base. Oke, nah kita dapat information this one. Oke, that says that B, California redwood is not as big around as Giant Sekila. Oke, jadi jumlahnya, populasinya tidak sebanyak Giant Sekila. Yes, tadi sudah disebutkan di teks. So the answer for this question is B. Ya, oke, it's not as big around as the Giant Sekila. Giant Sekila is bigger, ya, largest and most massive of living things. Oke, ya disebutkan. And it is true. Okay. Yeah, that the answers. So this might be the last. Okay, so last 3 questions. Ya, 3 pertanyaan terakhir for skill 6. So let's continue. This probably most recognized board game. Oh, this is about board game. Ya, permainan papan. Okay, question number 6. The French version of Monopoly, yeah, might possibly include a piece of property entitled. Oke, apa nama propertinya? Begitu kan? Oke. So, where can we find the information? Di mana kita bisa menemukan informasinya? The French version of Monopoly. Nah, kita cari kata French Monopoly ya. Ada di mana ya? Do you find it? Oke, apa nama piece of property-nya? Okay, so see the text. Any answers? Mungkin ada yang punya jawaban dulu. Nanti kita analisa bersama. Is it Atlantic City? Is it Germantown? Is it Boardwalk? So what is your answers? Apa jawaban teman-teman? Di jawaban yang ditulis. Coba tell me.
My answer is the Eiffel Tower, sir.
The Eiffel Tower, Devi answers. Okay, maybe Devi, can you tell us where can you find the clue?
Sebenarnya juga bingung, sir. Tapi dari yang paragraf kedua itu, he said the original game not as Mike. Sebenarnya the French itu tidak disebutkan. Saya tidak menemukan
Yeah,
advanced version of Monopoly.
and then
That I think kalau di Prancis berarti Eiffel Tower seperti itu, Sir.
oke, clue-nya di mana tadi?
Dari ini, he said the original game, kalau hometown of Germantown itu ada kata-kata Atlantic City, New Jersey, seperti itu.
Oke. Oh, I see. Alright. Thank you so much, Devi. Ya, right. So we can find from the landmark. Ya, kita bisa menemukan dari landmark-landmark yang disebutkan ini, teman-teman. Ya, betul yang dibilang Devi tadi. Oke, kita bisa temukan clue-nya di paragraf kedua. Coba kita telah bersama. Although the game is now published in countless languages and versions, nah ada kata versionnya nih, ya, with foreign locations and place names appropriate to the target language. Oke, adoring its both beginnings. Nah, ini kan sudah apa namanya, mengimplikasikan. Nah, di sini teman-teman. Ya, with foreign locations and place names appropriate to the target language. Jadi tempat-tempatnya itu sesuai dengan target language-nya. Ya, kalau dia French version berarti kita bisa mencari tempat yang ada di French. Apa? Di sini opsinya adalah the Eiffel Tower. Yeah, that's right. So for number 6, the answer is D. Yeah. So this is the keywords. First sentence of the second paragraph. Okay. Next, number 7. Yeah. It is implied that Deru selected Atlantic City as the setting for Monopoly because. Okay. So find the keywords. Kita cari keywordsnya Deru and Atlantic City. Oke. Kenapa Deru memilih Atlantic City sebagai setting di Monopoly? Nah, that's the question, ya. Where can we find the answers? Di line berapa?
Line 10 maybe, sir.
Line 10, ya, this one ya. Oke. But in Atlantic City, New Jersey, the site of numerous pre-depression vacations, where he walked, he walked along the boardwalk and visited Park Place. Okay. Darrow made the first games, by hand and sold them locally. Until Parker Brothers purchased the right to Monopoly in 1935 and took the first steps toward the mass production of today. Okay, so kira-kira apa yang menjadi alasan? Apakah brought back good memories? Apakah itu menjadi kenangan yang baik? Or B, his family came from Atlantic City. Apakah keluarganya dari kota Atlantic City? Or C, people in Germantown might have been angered if he had used Germantown. Or D, Atlantic City was larger than Germantown. Oke, kira-kira apa nih teman-teman? Ya, di line 10 benar. Oke. Nah, dan mungkin dari kalimat yang ini dulu ya. Oke, Pennsylvania was himself unemployed during those difficult financial times. Oke, dari sini ya. He said the original game not as might be expected in his hometown of Germantown, but in Atlantic City, New Jersey, the site of numerous pre-depression vacations where he walked along the Broadwalk and visited Barclays. Oke. Nah, kira-kira apa nih? Number 7.
My answer is D, sir.
Okay, your answer is D. Okay, what's the keyword? Keywordnya apa nih?
Bagian line 10 itu terus yang numerous pre-depression vacation itu, sir.
Oke. Iya, pre-depression vacation.
Saya agak bingung
Oke.
sih sebetulnya, cuman kan mungkin artinya kayak banyak sekali pre-depression vacation gitu kan, jadi ya kira-kira mungkin D gitu, sir, kemarin.
Oke.
Jadi,
Alright. D or B, Regina? D.
D.
Larger. Oke. Thank you. How about the other friends? Who answers A? Siapa yang menjawab A? Ada tidak nih?
Me.
Oke, Devi. Ya. Why do you think it is A? Can you tell us the clue?
Sama kayak Regina tadi yang numerous pre-depression vacation where he walked along the boardwalk and visited Park Place. Jadi kayak itu sebagai liburan sebelum depresi seperti itu, Sir. Jadi good memories gitu. Seperti itu.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So the correct answer is A ya. Ya, Devi is right. Ya, jadi Devi benar. Okay. Right. So we can assume that Daryl has a good memory before, yeah, in the Atlantic City. Yeah. So remember when he walked around the Broadwalk and visited Park Place. Yeah. Vacations. Ya, vacation is a good things ya. Ya, liburan pasti nuansanya adalah senang gitu ya. Oke, we can assume it as a good things. Ya, mungkin ini sebagai good memories. Ya, good things ya. Oke. So, yeah, this can be said that the answer is A. Ya. Oke, karena tidak disebutkan kalau itu lebih besar daripada Germantown. Oke, mention family? No. Okay, this one about the people. It's not about the people as well. Okay, thank you. So the last, number 8, Parker Brothers is probably, ya, siapakah Parker Brothers itu? Kita temukan di sini. Ya. Parker Brothers. Okay, is probably
Maybe B, Sir. Game manufacturing company.
a game manufacturing company. Yeah, so this one, yeah, the information is okay. And made the first game by hand and sold them. Jadi dijual until Parker Brothers purchased the rights. Ya, ini membeli hak pembuatannya, hak ciptanya, ya, Parker Brothers to monopoly and took the first step forward the mass production. Nah, kita bisa temukan mass production berarti ini suatu institusi atau organization yang membeli hak cipta lalu memproduksi kembali. Ya, so this one is a game manufacturing company. Yeah. Okay. So that's B. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, so that's about the implied questions. Yeah. Do you think that it is it is easy or easy, medium, or difficult about implied questions? Menurut teman-teman gimana? Dibandingkan yang sebelum-sebelumnya? Do you think that it is more difficult?
Yes, Sir.
Iya, oke. So what makes it difficult? Apa yang kira-kira membuat ini menjadi lebih sulit daripada skill-skill sebelumnya, kalau boleh tahu?
Karena jawabannya itu kayak tersirat gitu loh, Sar. Jadi kita harus mikir sendiri gitu.
Iya, but that's right, Devi. Yeah, we need to uh, find the information, think about the answers, and then we need to make a conclusion. Ya, karena tidak secara langsung ditulis dalam teks. Ya, kita perlu mencari keywords-nya, penggalan informasinya, lalu kita rangkum maksudnya apa. Oke, so let us continue. Kita lanjut dulu, skill 7. This is about answer transitions question. Ya, pertanyaan transisi. Ya, ini juga masih sama teman-teman tentang implied questions. Ya, oke, kita tidak bisa menemukan jawabannya di teks. Oke, tapi kita bisa melihat clue yang ada di teks untuk menemukan jawabannya. Again, clue. Ya, oke, transition questions. Ya, in short, pendeknya, there are two types of questions. Ada dua jenis pertanyaan. Dia menanyakan preceding paragraph, ya, this one preceding or following. Ya, jadi ada dua pertanyaan, preceding or following. Preceding means sebelumnya, following means setelahnya. Oke. Ya, jadi yang ditanyakan adalah paragraf sebelumnya ini membahas apa? Atau paragraf setelah ini membahas apa? Oke, jadi itu yang ditanyakan. Preceding and following. Ya. So, let's see. Nah, there's a paragraph. Ada sebuah paragraf nih, teman-teman. Oke. Another myth of the oceans concerned Davy Jones. Oke. Blah blah blah. Ya. So again, don't read the text. Read the question first. Yeah, the question says the paragraph preceding this passage most probably discuss. Okay, remember the paragraph preceding this passage mostly probably discusses apa? Jadi paragraf sebelum ini mungkin membahas apa? A, B, C, D. Ya, the answer is C ya. Jawabannya sudah digaris bawah ini teman-teman, C. Tapi kita lihat kenapa kok jawabannya C. Oke. Ya. To find the informations about preceding paragraph. Jadi singkatnya, shortcutnya untuk mencari jawaban tentang preceding paragraph sebelumnya. So we need to look at the first line of the paragraph of the passage. Jadi line pertama dalam bacaan itu. Ya, walaupun paragrafnya ada 3 atau 2, kita hanya perlu melihat kalimat pertama dari passage itu, bacaan itu, bukan paragraf tapi bacaan itu. So the first line of this passage says another myth of the oceans. Okay, another myth of the oceans. Okay, kalau if we understand this, kalau kita memahami ini, mitos lainnya tentang laut, begitu kan? Oke, oh berarti ini paragrafnya menjelaskan secara keseluruhan, jelaskan tentang mitos laut dan contoh-contohnya, begitu kan? Oke, lihat jawabannya. A, the youth of Davy Jones. Oke, memang disebutkan Davy Jones, but it is not about Davy Jones, but it's about the myth of the oceans. Oke, kita lihat lagi di sini according to the tradition. Nah, ini juga tentang myth of the oceans. B, Davy Jones? Oh, bukan. Oke. C, a different traditions story from the sea. Ya, so this might be the answers. Ya, ini menjadi jawabannya karena ya it talks about several examples. of the myth in the oceans. Oke. Jadi dari clue pertama ini kita coba merangkum informasinya. Oke, di sini sudah ada kata kunci another myth. Pasti ini membahas tentang beberapa contoh mitos. Oke, kita lihat jawabannya mana. Oh, ada nih a different tradition story. Nah, oke, jadi beberapa contoh cerita tradisional yang berbeda tentang laut. Nah, so we can find that's the clue. Yang di preparing to travel on the ocean, no. Yeah, that's preceding. And this is the keywords. Ya, jadi hanya ada dua, friends, preceding and following. Ya, preceding means paragraf sebelumnya, following paragraf yang berikutnya. Tentang apa? Okay, this is the where to find the answers. The answers can be generally found in the first line of the passage for a preceding questions. Kalau yang preceding, kita lihat first line 1. Ya, the answer can generally be found in the last line for following. Jadi yang following kita lihat last line-nya saja langsung. Okay, first read the first line for preceding, read the last line for following, draw a conclusion about what comes before and or after, yeah, and choose the answer that is reflected the first and the last line. Okay, let's jump into the practice. Yuk kita jump ke latihannya. Oh, satu paragraf teman-teman ya. Okay. Alright. So this is a paragraph. Yeah, another program instrumental, yeah, in the popularizations of science was Cosmos. Okay. First line. Okay. So the paragraph preceding this passage most probably discuss apa? A.
Yes, sir.
Different scientific television series. Yeah, okay. So it's about television series ya. Nah, kita sudah tahu nih. Okay. Ya, this is another program. Berarti, oh ini menceritakan tentang program-program yang berbeda nih. Gitu. Okay, next number 2. The paragraph following this passage most likely contains information on what? Okay, following. Last line. Langsung ke line terakhir. Tentang apa nih kira-kira? C. The astronomer Carl Sagan. Okay. Okay, so for number 2, yeah, in that exercise, the answer is C, yeah. So it might talk about the person Carl Sagan, ya, karena di sini disebutkan the principal writer, ya, and narrator of the program was called Sagan, a noted astronomer and soldier. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it probably talk about him. Ya. Bukan tentang science, populated science, no. Cosmos sudah dibahas tadi. C, topics and issues from various field. No, tidak. Tidak urut. Oke, C ya, number 2. Next passage. Oh, okay. Still, there are 2. Okay, the paragraph preceding the passage most probably discusses. Okay, preceding, see the first line pertama, teman-teman. Oke. Ya. Oke, kalau teman-teman melihat paragraf ini, sudah jelas ya, ini paragraf tentang tsunami. Nah, tapi informasi apa tentang tsunami yang bisa menjadi paragraf sebelumnya? Begitu kan? Oke, yang mana? A, tsunami in various part of the world. B, the negative effect of tsunami. C, land-based earthquake. Or D, the effect of tides on tsunami. Kira-kira paragraf sebelumnya itu tentang apa? Any answers?
C, Mr.
Gali said B. Oke.
C, sir.
Oh, C. Gali said C. Oke. Land-based earthquake. Oke. Maybe you can tell us ya why you come up with this answer. Oke.
Because the first line, when a strong earthquake occurs on the ocean floor rather than on land.
Okay, all right, that's true, yeah. Okay, so the first line, Gali said, thank you. When a strong earthquake occurs on the ocean floor rather than on the land. Yeah. So this is this paragraph, yeah, introduce tsunamis. Yeah, tsunami is occurs on the ocean floors. Oke, right. Ini paragraf ini baru memberikan pengenalan tentang tsunami. Ya, oke. Kalau yang A, we choose A, ya, it's about tsunamis in various part of the world. Ya, karena it's impossible to choose A karena tsunami saja baru diperkenalkan di sini. Ya, ini sudah memberikan contoh-contoh tsunami di belahan dunia. No. Oke, the negative effect of tsunami. Oke, pastinya tidak. Right? The effect tides of tsunami. No. Ya. So it can be true that the land-based earthquake. Ya. Jadi yang paragraf sebelumnya ini akan menjelaskan land-based earthquake. Ya, jadi earthquake gempa bumi yang terjadi di daratan. Nah, ini yang terjadi di lautan. Begitu. Ya. Thank you. Next, number 4. Which of the following is mostly the topic of the paragraph following the passage? Following. So jump into the last line. Okay. Last line. Oke, ini informasinya ya. Dari when sampai terakhir. Kira-kira apa nih paragraf selanjutnya? Oke, kita cek aja cross satu-satu. The cause of tsunami, apakah menjelaskan penyebab tsunami-nya? No, sudah dijelaskan kan? Cross. B, the destructive effect of tsunami on the coast? Or C, the difference between tsunami and the tidal waves? Apakah disebutkan tidal waves? Ya, tidak disebutkan. Ya, tidal waves. Berarti kita bisa cross. D, the distance covered by tsunami. No, karena tidak disebutkan juga tentang jarak tempuhnya. So the possible answer is B, ya. Destructive effect of tsunamis on the coastal. Ya, kita bisa lihat dari sini, ya. Cause tremendous flooding and damage to the coastal area. Nah, kira-kira nanti disebutkan apa kerusakannya, begitu kan? Gitu. Destructive effect. Ya, B. And next one. Okay, this one. Okay, this is about law ya. Okay, question number 5. The paragraph preceding that passage mostly discuss about tentang apa nih kira-kira? See the first line. Coba lihat first line-nya. While draft laws are federal laws, marriage laws are state laws, rather than federal marriage regulations are therefore not uniform throughout the country. Oke, tentang apa sih ini teman-teman? Oke, kita diminta untuk mencari paragraf sebelumnya. Is it about state marriage laws? Is it about lack of uniformity in marriage laws? Or C, federal draft laws? Or D, the minimum legal marriage age? Yang mana nih kira-kira teman-teman? Oke, kita bisa lihat. Ya, this one, state marriage laws. Nah, apakah is about state marriage laws? No, marriage laws baru diperkenalkan di paragraf ini. Ya, this is state laws. Okay, so we can cross option A. Okay, the lack of uniformity in marriage laws. Apalagi yang B, pastinya bukan, karena ini baru diperkenalkan di paragraf ini. Jadi kekurangannya juga tidak mungkin dijelaskan di paragraf sebelumnya. Belum ada informasinya tentang marriage law. Okay. Federal draft laws, ya. Okay, so this is possible for the answers, yeah, because this one, yeah, while draft laws are federal laws, okay, marriage laws are state laws rather than federal. Okay, so it might talk about the draft of federal laws. Okay, jadi paragraf sebelumnya mungkin akan menjelaskan tentang federal draft laws. Nah, paragraf setelahnya, yaitu paragraf ini, dia akan spesifik lagi untuk menyebutkan apakah marriage Oh, sorry friends, ya. Okay. The connection seems not good. Ya. Sampai mana tadi teman-teman?
Number 5, sir.
Kenapa?
Number 5.
Number 5. Okay. So number 5, thank you. So what will be the answer for number 5? Ya. Jawaban teman-teman apa?
C.
C. Okay. So yeah, the answer is C. Benar sekali. Federal draft laws. Keywordnya ada di line pertama ya teman-teman. The first line. So you can see the keyword. While draft laws are federal, marriage laws are state laws. Oke. Kita bisa melakukan sistem crossing ya. Oke, karena this one paragraf pertama ini baru memperkenalkan tentang marriage laws ya, baru memperkenalkan. So, any answers containing marriage laws itu pasti bukan. Yang A, marriage laws bukan, apalagi yang B, lack of juga bukan. Yang D, minimum legal marriage age, no. Oke. Jadi the possible answers is C, federal draft laws. Ya. Next, number 6. So the following berikutnya akan membahas apa? Last line, silakan.
A.
A.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so A ya, disadvantage of youthful marriage. Dari mana keywordsnya?
Negative effect of this young marriage.
Okay, negative effect of this young marriage. Yeah, so this advantage of youthful marriage. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. So that's all the answers. Yeah, it's easier, yeah, to find this information rather than the previous skills. But yeah, these two belongs to implied questions. Okay, let's continue. Yuk kita lanjut. So this is TOEFL exercise 6 and 7. Digabung ya. Okay, question number 1. Okay, the paragraph preceding this passage mostly discuss about. Okay, paragraf sebelumnya bahas tentang apa? The most conservative sect of Mennonite Church, ya, is the order Amish. Nah, ada informasi itu tadi teman-teman. Kira-kira tentang apa itu? Anyone knows? The most conservative sect of Mennonite Church is ini. Kira-kira dia bahas apa? Paragraf sebelumnya. Is it A, other, more liberal sects of Mennonites, or B, where Mennonites live, or C, the communal Amish lifestyle, or D, the most conservative Mennonite? Oke, kita bisa pakai sistem eliminating juga, teman-teman. Kita lihat dari opsi-opsinya saja. Ya, kita baca first line-nya. The most conservative sect of Mennonite Church is the Old Order Amish, ya, with 30,000 ya members living mainly today in the states of Pennsylvania. Oke. Nah, kita bisa lihat. Oke. D, ya, the most conservative Mennonites. Oke. Ya, ini ya, this paragraph baru saja menjelaskan tentang the most conservative sects of the Mennonites. Ya. So this might be not the preceding paragraph. Ya, karena ini baru saja menjelaskan tentang Mennonite. Yang C, the communal Amish lifestyle. Oke, ini baru saja disebutkan Amish. So, we can cross. Bukan pastinya. Ya. D, where Mennonites live. Apakah ini? Where Mennonites live. Probably, mungkin saja. Oke. A, kita lihat yang A. Other more liberal sects of Mennonite. Ya. So this one, okay, if we look at this paragraph, ya, kalau kita melihat dari paragraf ini, dia mendeskripsikan tentang contoh Mennonite, ya. Oke, di paragraf ini, this paragraph talks about the most conservative Mennonite. Ya, so in the previous paragraph, it may talk about another type of Mennonite yang mungkin bukan konservatif. Begitu, teman-teman. Ya, jadi secara keseluruhan teks ini akan menjelaskan tentang beberapa contoh Mennonite. Oke. Nah, di paragraf sepenggal ini dia menjelaskan tentang yang konservatif. Oke, probably the previous paragraf sebelumnya menjelaskan tentang contoh Mennonite, tapi bukan yang konservatif, karena di sini disebutkan the most konservatif. Berarti yang sebelumnya yang tidak konservatif, that is more liberal. Ya, oke. So this can be discussed before this paragraph. Yeah. A. Number 2. So which of the following would probably not be found on an Amish farm? Oke. Mana yang tidak ditemukan di Amish farm?
D, sir.
Aha.
Refrigerator.
Refrigerator. Keywordnya di mana?
The line nih. They live nih. And they farm their lands with horse and tools rather than modern farm equipment. Ya,
Oke.
sebelum Pak line terakhir.
Oh ya, oke. Not modern equipment ya. Oke, so hammer ya, cart ya, long dress can be. Oke, refrigerator can be said as modern equipment. Oke, D is the answer ya. Good. Oh, we still have two more questions about the passage. Yeah, it can be inferred from the passage that a quilting bee. Quilting bee. Nah, itu di mana kita nemukan quilting bee?
Last line, sir.
Last line. Okay. So what is it? Quilting bee as commonplace activities. Nah, so apa yang bisa kita simpulkan dari quilting bee? Apakah itu secara literal tentang lebah, tempat ternak lebah? No. Oke, keywordnya adalah this is commonplace activity ya. Oke, commonplace activity berarti tempat umum untuk beraktivitas, begitu kan? Kita lihat aja jawabannya. Nah, involve a group of people. Ya, tempat umum pasti banyak orang di sana, gitu kan? Ya. For number 3, the answer is A. Okay, it is a place that involve a group of people. Raising bee, no. Always follow barn raising, it's also no. Provide needed solitude, juga tidak. Okay, this is A. Ya, commonplace activities. Number 4, which of the following is most likely topic of the following paragraph? Okay. Following paragraph-nya tentang apa nih kira-kira?
A, sir.
A, it is the effect of the communal lifestyles on the old order Amish. Okay. Yeah. So the last line, it talks about communal lifestyle ya, tentang commonplace tadi itu. Ya, kalau kita lihat yang lain, the effect of modern technology, no, bukan tentang teknologi. So the doctrines of no, it's not about the doctrines. Yang B, different from Mennonites. No, bukan perbedaannya, tapi tentang lebih ke communal lifestyle. Ya, oke, this one. Ya, communal lifestyle. Good. Ya, you can cross the answer that is not related ya, dibatasi jawabannya jadi. Oke, continue. Number 5. Ya, various other Native American tribes. Oke. Number 5, the paragraph preceding, paragraf sebelumnya tentang apa? Kita lihat clue-nya ya di sini. Nah, ini sudah jelas nih. So, tentang apa, teman-teman? Is it about A, how the Sioux battles with white men, or B, one of the tribes in the plains, C, where the Sioux live, D, Native American tribes on the East Coast. Tentang apa ini? A, kalau yang A tadi, how the Sioux battled the white man. Oke. Nah, oke. So information that contains Sioux itu baru disebutkan di paragraf ini, teman-teman. Jadi kalau ada opsi yang menuliskan tentang Sioux, itu sudah pasti salah. Karena paragraf sebelumnya pasti tidak akan menjelaskan tentang Sioux. Sioux baru dijelaskan di paragraf ini. Gitu kan? Ini baru dikenalkan. The Sioux, a group of 7 Native American tribes are best known. Nah, itu baru dijelaskan di sini. Yuk kita cross. Yang A, ada Sioux, pasti salah. Oke, cross. Sioux live, juga pasti salah. B, one of the tribes of the plain. Probably. C, D, Native American tribes on the East Coast. Oke, apakah ada clue yang menjelaskan tentang East Coast di sini? Oke, no clues. Various other Native American tribes also live on the Great Plains. Yeah, this one. So it talks about plains. Yeah, this one, Great Plains, sebuah tempat. Yeah, so it can be true that the answer is B, ya. One of the tribes of the plains. Nah, ini kan paragrafnya menjelaskan tentang tribes, suku, ya. Oke, suku di Native American, various other Native Americans. Kalau kita menemukan kata other, mungkin paragraf sebelumnya itu menjelaskan tentang satu contohnya lagi yang lain, gitu kan? Tapi kita tidak tahu, tidak disebutkan. Nah, this one, option B is the answers. One of the tribes of the plains. Mungkin itu menjelaskan salah satu suku lagi, tapi tidak disebutkan. Tapi sukunya of the plains. Begitu. Nah, oke, this one. Nah, ini mungkin bisa jadi kunci buat teman-teman juga ya. Kalau menemukan kata other or another, itu pasti menjelaskan tentang contoh. Ya. Contoh 1, contoh 2, contoh 3. Gitu. Nah, paragraf sebelumnya itu contoh yang pertama. Mungkin gitu ya. Next, number 6. Which of the following represent likely reactions of the Sioux in the 18th, ya, to the encroaching white civilization. Panjang-panjang nih pilihannya, teman-teman. Yang mana yang merepresentasikan reactions of the Sioux? Kira-kira yang mana nih? Reaksinya Sioux to the encroaching white civilization. Oke, kita cari kata kuncinya, Sioux and civilization. Itu kita temukan di mana? Ada yang tahu?
line 1, 2, until 3.
Line 1 to until 3. Okay. Yes. Okay. So from that information, from that line, thank you, Devi. So we can know, yeah, what is the reaction? Apa reaksinya tribes ini? Okay, fiercely combative postures against encroaching white civilization in Athens. Oke, apa itu? Apakah akan membantu whites settle in the West?
No.
Oke, apakah akan menyerang?
Yes, sir. Maybe.
Ya, that's right. So they would attack ya the white settlers. Oke, kan di sini disebutkan. Oke, fiercely combative posture. Nah, jadi postur perang yang keras, fiercely, kejam. Ya, oke. So they will attack. Ya, thank you. B is the answer. Number 8. Number 7. Yeah. So it is implied in the passage that the 7 Sioux tribes called each other by some form of the word Dakota because they were, karena mereka
My
they were.
answer is A, united in cause.
Okay, united in a cause. Okay, the clue is
From line, the 7 Sioux tribes called themselves by some variation of the word Dakota, which means alias in their language.
okay. So yeah, so this yeah, Devi.
Jadi menurut I think alias itu kayak sekutu seperti itu, Sir. Jadi united in cause.
Ya, oke, true ya. Ini salah sebuah allies, teman, sekutu ya. Oke, jadi mereka punya prinsip yang sama. Oke, united in a cause, punya tujuan yang sama, begitu kan? Oke, ya, so we can infer that this one, united in a cause, betul sekali. Oke, seperjuangan, senasib dan lain-lain, gitu ya. Oke, number 8. Okay, it can be inferred from the passage that the present day states of North and South Dakota. Oke, remember informasinya itu adalah urut ya. Oke, kalau tadi pertanyaan nomor 7 sudah menanyakan di line yang ini, kemungkinan jawaban dari nomor 8 itu ada di bawahnya. Gitu. Kita tidak perlu baca dari atas lagi. Oke, coba kira-kira apa jawabannya? Okay, it can be inferred from the passage that present day states of North and South Dakota. Ada apa dengan present state North and South Dakota? Okay. Anyone knows? Okay, this one ya. Iya. Oke, kita menemukan kata apa nih di sini? Minnesota. Oke, ada Minnesota. Oke. Oke, apakah it is the east of Minnesota? Apakah dua tempat ini ada di bagian timur Minnesota? Kita cari coba. Oke, the Dakota include tribes live on the eastern. Oke, no, kan? B are some to the four tribes known by the name Dakota. Oke, apakah ini adalah beberapa nama dari tribes yang dikenal dengan nama Dakota? Present states of North and South Dakota. Oke, tadi apa? Four tribes. Apakah itu termasuk? Four tribes of the Eastern Sioux community living in Minnesota were known by the name Dakota. Oh, sorry, are home. Apakah tempatnya? Are home to the four tribes. Apakah rumah dari 4 tribes itu? Bukan. Ya. Okay. It's not. Yang C, receive their names from the tribes living there. Oke, menemukan namanya dari tribes yang tinggal di sana. Oke. Ya. This one ya. Oke. Ya, the Teton Sioux or Lakota further west to the plains. Oke. Iya. How about D? Are part of the eastern woodlands? Bukan juga. Ya. So A, B, and D, it doesn't state the answers. Oke. C ya. Receive names from the tribes living there. Oke. Ya, jadi itu mendapat namanya ini. Oke. Itu dari tribes yang ada di sana. Gitu. Ya, oke. C, the answers. A, B, D, it doesn't state the answers. Oke. Oh ya, we all out of time ya. Sudah habis ya waktunya teman-teman. Jam berapa kita selesai? Tita, Arsiela?
15.40.
Oke, oh masih ada. Saya kira sudah habis. Oke, ya, 6 minutes left. Maybe we can finish this exercise. For the next review exercise 1 to 7, we will discuss it next week. Yang next week itu tidak terlalu sulit, teman-teman. Hanya vocabulary questions. Mungkin akan singkat. Jadi yang review exercise 1 sampai 7, kita bisa bahas minggu depan. So let us finish this 9 to 12. So the paragraph will talk about the extinction of many species, yeah, of the birds. Okay. Number 9. Okay, the number of bird species that have become extinct in the United States since 18th most probably is, ada berapa nih? Nah, kalau kita lihat ini, oh, ditanya tentang jumlahnya. Berapa sih? Gitu. Oke. Do you find the information? Oke, find the keywords. Temukan kata kuncinya. 1.600. Di mana itu?
Line 2, sir.
Line 2. Oke. And then how many?
Approximately 1,100 bird.
100 birds. Oke. Kira-kira 100 spesies. Ya. So, the answer?
C.
Maybe C.
C.
C. Yeah, C ya, less than 100. Okay. Okay, approximately ya, approximately perkiraan 100. Kalau more than 100 itu lebih, bukan 100, bukan perkiraan. Exactly 100, 100, tepat sekali. No, but you say approximately. Ya, less than 100, maybe 99, 98 itu less than 100 and it is approximately also. Good. C, ya. Number 10. What's the answer? Okay, number 10, the passage implies that the great oak disappeared. Okay, this is the years ya, tahun. Okay, so find the keywords. Great oak. Itu di mana? Do you find it? Great oak. This one ya. Okay. And it says about the year. Menghilangnya kapan? Great oak itu teman-teman.
The beginning of the 19th century.
Yeah. So this one, the beginning of 19th century. Yeah. Okay. So kapan itu?
C.
Okay, Gali?
The answer is C.
C ya, in the 18th ya. Oke. Mungkin 1800-an gitu kan. Nah, 1999 for example. Ya. So that is the beginning. Thank you. Next, number 11. Okay, it can be inferred from the passage that the great oak was killed because dari teks ini diburu karena apa nih? Anyone knows?
B, sir.
B, what is that? Fisherman.
Yeah.
Ya, fisherman ya, fisherman bait, umpan ya. Oke, good. Next, number 12, the paragraph follows this passage probably discusses tentang apa nih paragraf setelahnya. Go to the last line. Langsung ke line terakhir. Last sentence. Oke.
A, sir.
Oke, A, what is that? Oke, A or C. Right, two answers. Yuk kita lihat sama-sama. A or C ya. Oke. Kita lihat yang A. What is being done to save endangered bird? Apa yang dilakukan untuk menyelamatkan burung yang dalam bahaya? Itu A. Yang C, how several bird species become endangered? Bagaimana beberapa spesies burung itu dalam bahaya? Oke. Apakah untuk menyelamatkan atau untuk menjelaskan kenapa burung itu dalam bahaya, gitu kan? Kita lihat. Ya, in addition to this extinction species, several others such as bald eagle, okay, this one, and the California are today recognized as endangered. Steps are being taken to prevent their extinction. Nah, itu the keyword ya. Steps are being taken. So, the best answer is A. What is being done to save endangered birds? Yeah, number 12 is A, the answer. Okay, so for this one, it might be for our next week discussions, and you will also do This one, vocabulary questions. For this, I have prepared a Google form quiz so that later you can just complete the exercise in Google form. Yeah, I will upload the form tomorrow morning maybe ya. Okay. So any questions? Ada pertanyaan teman-teman?
Not yet, sir.
Any questions or comment? Okay, hopefully no ya. So later, if you have some questions to ask, feel free to ask in the group or you can ask me personally. Yeah. Okay, so let us keep this lessons. Hopefully you have good practice. Ya, silakan teman-teman bisa mereview lagi yang sudah dipelajari. Check again the strategies, the skills. Ya, you can check again the answers. Okay, thank you so much everyone. We will meet again next week. Ya, belum libur ya minggu depan ya. Minggu depannya lagi mungkin baru libur. Okay, so see you next week. Have a good weekend.